pussy for nigga. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm not saying shit.
Makes sense. You pick the battles.
But even speaking of that, I'm not even trying to give them any spotlight on my podcast, but I've been seeing a lot of people and I've come to the notion where I've seen people with large platforms disrespect black women, and it's bothering me now. Well, it's always bothered me, but it's bothering me because now it's like a lot of these men are targeting black women and purposely offending them as a way to grow their clout. And that's what's upsetting me even more, because I'm noticing that, like, even on like Twitter Spaces, there's like these rooms that just completely shit on black women for like hours, and these rooms have like thousands of people in it. But it's like, yo, like, I'm not even joining that room. Like, as a black woman, we need to stop entertaining it, period. And I know you want to fight back and you want to tweet back and you want to call them out and whatever. But at the end of the day, we cannot let these men continue to gaslight us as a way to fuel their own platforms, or way to fuel their own whatever podcasts or YouTube or Twitter following that they have. Like, it needs to stop. Like, black women, and fucking Joe Budden, out of all people, decided to make a fucking statement saying like black women are like, you know, if you have a fan, blah, blah, whatever. Fuck. I know.
Speaking about the fresh and controversy,
whatever.
Right?
Yeah, fuck them. I don't want to say their name on here. But
I got you.
But what I'm saying is our following is mainly women, and black women especially, right?
Yeah.
So I'm speaking directly to the black women who listen to us. We cannot continue to give these niggas time of day at all. And I'm going to use the same, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Because it's like, yo, these men are literally doing it purposely. They are literally going in our faces and saying out of pocket disrespectful things as a way to get engagement. And I'm fucking tired. Like, there shouldn't be rooms of you yelling at black women and calling them derogatory names, or making stupid, ignorant statements as a way to get a bigger following. That's fucking nuts. Like, why are black women always the pivot point, or are always being used as a way for a black man to gain clout? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I think in that case, that does make sense. I feel like you kind of have to ignore it out of, and it's difficult because
it is
not
difficult.
Ignore it, but like ignore it out of existence, like you said. Like, you can't give it fuel, because then they're gonna keep doing it. I feel like, but that's just life in general. People use things that they know will piss people off, to just get eyes and get clicks and get retention and all that type of stuff.
I think of that person, like that guy who's going, okay, if I say this about black women on my podcast and use this clip and put it forward, I'm gonna get a big reaction. That, like, yeah, that's some bullshit.
Like, it'll work for that moment, but it's not sustainable at all.
And it's crazy because I'm looking at these platforms, and their followings are growing. Like, they're exponentially getting bigger after they're being called out for saying ignorant shit. Why the fuck is that happening?
Sorry, there is a point I wanted to make, though. Like, I think of that person, though, because, like, I work in media, and, like, you know, like, I understand the science of, like, clickbaiting and shit. It's almost, I think the lowest, like, analogy is kind of like drugs, you know?
Right.
You have this person that's coming through the neighborhood, you know, with this awful product that when you take it makes everyone come back, everybody wants it, you know, and then, like, everyone's mad. It's like, oh, it's tearing up the community, you know, like, because everyone's buying this, but people can't get enough of this drug. They can't even say no to it, you know? So it almost, like, don't apply, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, requires a lot of emotional intelligence.
It does. Yeah. It really does. And like I said, there was a Twitter space a few weeks ago of this black man, like, just going in on black women. And, like, I kept seeing black women like, oh my God, this space. I'm like, bro, I'm like, why the fuck are you guys even in there? Like, don't even fucking go in that. Because the more he sees people joining this even just listening to clown him, you're still in there listening.
Say what you want about this guy, too. You know, he kind of goes in that Joe Budden lane that a lot of people like to put him in. But Kevin Samuels is a very popular guy, right? And a lot of his content, a lot of his streaming and everything is black women calling into his show and engaging with him. You know? So it's like, I see what you're saying. Like,
we need to be very careful about what we pick and choose to engage with. At the end of the day, like, fucking, and I hate quoting Joe Budden because I'm not a Joe Budden supporter, but Joe Budden was basically saying with his fucking fake ass, like, oh, you know, black women are like the pedestal to success. Like, yes, we are. So we need to be very careful on where we put our energy towards and where we're putting our likes and our engagement and our shares, stuff like that. Because literally, like, black women are a huge following. And this podcast obviously appeals to Black women. So I want them to know, or us to know, that we need to be very careful on where we're putting our energy, because they're going to use that energy. They're going to drain us to fuel themselves. That's literally what it is.
That's facts. Though.
And I'm so tired of it. That's my rant. Sorry.
But shout out to anyone who is fighting that fight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still fighting it, but I'm trying to fight it more, like you said, intelligently. Because I said I can keep calling people out and this and that, but I'm saying their followings are still going up, their clicks are gonna go up. People are gonna be like, oh, what did Zoie post? Let me go watch it. You know what I mean? Bigger, So
yeah, because at a point, like, the cussing does nothing. Like,
yeah,
you're just gonna keep cussing and nothing's gonna change. So what's the point of that?
I'm gonna just talk about it on here. And then our following, at least I'm supporting, you know what I mean? I'm letting Black women know. So I'm talking about it on my podcast so my following grows. Because I'm not going to try to give my energy and reshare videos of stupid ass incel Black men shitting on Black women. It's not happening. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah.
What does that word mean?
I don't know, incel or nigcel?
Incel?
Incel.
It's like... No, go ahead.
What I this isn't like a dictionary definition, but what I surmise it as is men that hate women. And the reason for the most part, the reason they hate women is because they don't get women.
Yeah, it's like a group of men that like don't get women and they're unable to like attract women.
That's their whole
So they're like hostile towards women, if that makes sense. So, but men who literally don't get pussy are hostile towards women because they are unable to attract them.
You remember a few years ago, there was like this very tragic thing that happened on Jane, where I may have been Jane or another street, but like some dude like drove a van through a whole bunch of people.
Was it on Young?
Was it on Young?
I think it was like, wasn't it Young and, I think it was Young, where he like.
Was it Young and Steels
or Young and Finch, something like that. But anyways, yeah, the van attack.
Yeah, that guy was an incel. You know, his whole thing, it was like a terrorist attack. His whole thing was like, I'm gonna, hurt as many women as I can because, women think that they, the whole notion that they're not getting sex is like, well, I'm going to kill 1 million people because I can't get girl, it's very convoluted, fucked up, Or
even like that man, that's what happened years ago. I don't know, it wasn't in Ontario, I don't know if it was in Montreal, but there was a shooting where like, I don't know, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a backstory where this man was either trying to get into a program or like didn't get into a program at school, and he literally lined up he came in with a gun in class and lined up all the women and shot them all dead.
That's crazy.
I forgot what the exact attack was. You can Google it. I forgot what the attack. I think it was either in Montreal, somewhere in Canada, but it happened years ago, like a long time ago. But point is, he literally lined up all the women and shot them all dead because apparently he either didn't get into the program and more women did or something like that. But that literally happened. He literally like put them all to a wall and shot them all.
Damn.
You need to stop saying that.
That was a genuine
real
damn. That wasn't a Kevin Hart. That wasn't a Kevin Hart damn. That was a genuine damn.
I can't tell the difference.
Do we have like happy music to play after that? That was kind of depressing.
Was dark. I know.
That was heavy.
Kind of dark.
No, we transition out. We're good.
Yeah. He's looking at me like. But point is, we just can't. We got to know where we're putting our energy. 2022 got to put our energy in different